A racist passenger insults a black pilot, doubting his abilities. But when he reveals his heroic past and unparalleled skills, the tables turn. Witness a powerful story of courage, justice, and redemption that leaves everyone on the plane stunned. The chatter in the boarding line for Flight 378 to Atlanta was lively, but Mrs. Eleanor Grayson was far from pleased. At 65, she prided herself on her honest opinions, which often came off as unkind. She clutched her pearl necklace, her sharp eyes scanning the cockpit door as passengers trickled in. Her mood darkened further when a tall, poised black pilot in full uniform stepped out to greet passengers. His name tag read Captain Marcus Wright. He smiled warmly and welcomed travelers aboard, his calm demeanor exuding professionalism. But Eleanor wasn't impressed. She leaned over to a nearby passenger, whispering loud enough to be overheard, "Can you believe this? A black pilot? Are they just handing out jobs now?" The woman beside her frowned but didn't respond. Instead, she shifted uncomfortably, clearly uneasy with Eleanor's remarks. When Eleanor reached her seat, she grumbled to the flight attendant, "Are you sure he's qualified? Shouldn't he be, I don't know, doing something else? Like playing basketball or something?" The young flight attendant stiffened, her professional smile faltering. "Ma'am, Captain Wright is one of our most experienced pilots. You're in excellent hands." Eleanor scoffed, settling into her seat by the window. "We'll see about that," she muttered. The delay. Shortly after boarding, an announcement crackled over the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Wright speaking. Due to severe weather over the Rockies, we're rerouting the flight path for your safety. We'll be taking off shortly. Thank you for your patience." Eleanor groaned loudly. Of course. Delays. Typical. I knew this was going to happen. She turned to the woman beside her. "If he's this late for takeoff, what's he going to do when we're in the air? Crash us into a mountain?" The woman shot her a sharp look. "That's enough," she said firmly. Unfazed, Eleanor rolled her eyes. Minutes later, the flight attendant approached Eleanor's row, her expression tense. "Ma'am, Captain Wright has asked to speak with you personally." Eleanor froze. Her heart quickened slightly, but she quickly masked it with indignation. "What for?" "Please come with me," the flight attendant said, gesturing toward the cockpit. The murmurs of nearby passengers followed Eleanor as she reluctantly rose, clutching her purse. The flight attendant led her to the front, where Captain Wright stood tall, his presence commanding yet calm. "Mrs. Grayson," he began, his voice even, "I understand you have concerns about my ability to pilot this aircraft." Eleanor crossed her arms, refusing to back down. "I just don't think people like you should be flying planes, that's all. It's not personal, it's just the truth." The cabin fell silent. Passengers leaned in, straining to hear the confrontation. Captain Wright studied her for a moment, then spoke. "Let me tell you something, Mrs. Grayson. My grandfather was a Tuskegee Airman, part of the first African-American military aviators during World War II. They were told they couldn't fly because of the color of their skin. But they proved everyone wrong, flying over 1,500 missions and earning numerous awards for their bravery." Eleanor blinked, her mouth opening slightly. "My father followed in his footsteps, serving 20 years in the Navy. And me? I've logged over 10,000 flight hours, flown in 3 different military conflicts, and have been awarded for my service. Flying isn't just my job, it's in my blood." The passengers erupted in applause, but Captain Wright wasn't done. "Despite my qualifications, I've spent my entire career facing people like you, people who judge me before they know me. But I'm here to tell you, Mrs. Grayson, that your assumptions about me don't define me. My skills, my training, and my dedication do." Eleanor's face turned red as the passengers around her clapped and cheered. She shifted uncomfortably, looking at the floor. "The consequences." "Ma'am," Captain Wright said, his tone firm but polite, "I take the safety of everyone on this plane seriously, including yours. But your behavior is disruptive and disrespectful. You'll need to disembark this flight." "What?" Eleanor's voice cracked. "You can't do that." "Actually, I can. The safety and comfort of my passengers come first. Security will escort you to the gate where another flight can accommodate you." As two officers approached, Eleanor sputtered, "I have an important meeting. I can't be late." The flight attendant held up her phone. "Actually, ma'am, your meeting might be canceled. I've been live streaming this interaction, and it's gone viral. Looks like the world now knows how you feel about people like Captain Wright." Eleanor's jaw dropped as the officers gently guided her toward the exit. She glanced at the passengers, many filming her walk of shame, their faces filled with disapproval. As she stepped off the plane, she heard one final comment from a fellow passenger. "Maybe next time, she'll think before she speaks." A lesson in the air. The flight resumed shortly after, and Captain Wright navigated through the storm with precision and expertise. Upon landing in Atlanta, passengers gave him a standing ovation, thanking him for not only a safe flight, but for standing up to prejudice with dignity. Meanwhile, Eleanor's viral video continued to circulate online, serving as a stark reminder that ignorance has no place in a world that soars on unity and respect. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts below, and hit subscribe to join our channel for more powerful tales like this. Your support helps us create more content you'll love, so don't miss out.